Hey guys, just want to do a video on some angelfish. This right here is my male, one of my males. His female sitting behind him, and these guys are breeding now pretty consistently every 9 days. And then this is another pair that are breeding as well pretty regularly. I have a third pair also breeding, and it's been just a lot of fun breeding angelfish again. They breed so often, they have such big spawns, it's pretty crazy. So I just want to go over some quick lessons learned. So they've usually been breeding on these cones, and then from these cones I take the cones and I put them in this 2.5 gallon, which I've shown before, and I add methyl blue and my little dropper here, and then I let the eggs just sit in there with the air bubbles going right over the cone, and then I let the eggs hatch. They get to wiggler stage. I pull out all the wigglers. Sometimes I'll put them in a jar. That just kind of helps keep the fry isolated, but usually I'll just let them get to wiggler stage, and then I put them in a 2.5 gallon tank, or this 5 gallon tank right here, and get them to when they're free swimming like these guys. So this is actually only 2 spawns, even though there's quite a lot of them. If it'll focus real quick. There we go. So yeah, this is 2 spawns of angelfish, and you can kind of see the colors starting to show up, where some of them are going to be golds or albinos or silvers or blacks or marbles. You kind of get a good mishmash of them all. But yeah, this is 2 spawns. These guys have been in this tank for probably about 10 days, and they're doing really well. They're eating well. Definitely lost some, but I think my losses are pretty much are starting to minimize now, because these guys are all moving pretty well and they're eating well. As you can see, the tank's really kind of dirty and there's a lot of algae, and that's because I leave this light on 24/7 for the first week to 2 weeks, and I found that helps me a lot. Promotes algae growth. The Java moss does well, and I think there's a lot of just micro, just little stuff, bacteria that they can eat, and it helps my fish, my angelfish, do really well, a lot better, because I try and feed them twice, 2 or 3 times a day, but that doesn't always happen. There's been times where I haven't even fed them in 24 hours just because I've been out and busy, but these guys are still doing well, and I think that was part of my problem, was just I didn't have enough little stuff that they could naturally eat. So now with this, it's gotten a lot better, and so hopefully I'll get this them growing. I'll probably leave them in here another week, and then I'll move them to this 10 gallon that I have freed up and ready to go, and then by that time I might have another set of angelfish fry to throw in here, and as you can see very quickly I can become overrun with angelfish. But the plan is to go from this 5 to the 10, and then eventually to this 20, which I have some adult, well, these are just fish, juveniles, and these guys are probably 6 to 8 weeks old, so almost 2 months, and they look good. They're eating regular flake food and swimming around, not having any issues at all. And it's really cool just to see little baby angelfish when they're miniature versions. So that's been cool. But other than that, I think I got it. I'll move them from this 20 gallon to the 75 or 225 if I have to. Fish stores like them to be about dime size to nickel size before they'll even consider taking them, and that's just their body size. The bigger you grow them, the more money you'll get from them. But I'm just trying to keep this hobby as a fun thing, and it's always fun when you have a bunch of fry and you're growing them out, and these guys are doing really well. So that's kind of what I've learned. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask me. I'll try and answer as best I can. But I just feed the little babies brine shrimp, and then when they get to this size, they go to flake food, crushed flake food, and that's pretty much it. Just grow them out, do some water changes, when you can. But I don't know, I really feel like leaving that light on all the time and just helps a lot, and putting them in this 2.5 gallon with the methyl blue really helps with the hatch rate. Just makes it easier. And my fish, every once in a while they'll parent and raise, but generally they eat their eggs, so I just pull them just to have better survival rate. But that's all I got, so thanks for watching.